Greetings, and welcome to episode 24 of Morrowind Modding Showcases. I'm your host Dark Elf Guy, and I must apologise once again for a late episode this week. The top 10 list we released on Friday took a lot more time than I originally anticipated. And in any event, we do have another 13 mods again for you this week, with a bit of a Pelagiad theme overall. As always, download links are included in the description below. Now why don't we go ahead and get started with our popular mod of the week, which this week is Sauron's Abode by Sauron256. Sauron's Abode is a new house on the outskirts of Pelagiad, as you can see here. Inside is a rather cozy home that's compartmentalized into several separate rooms. There's naturally a bedroom, and something of a backstory to this house, as you can see here. Of course, there's far more to this humble abode than meets the eye, and beneath the surface you'll find a relaxing swimming pool, which you can enjoy at your leisure, as well as a large exterior-like garden to lounge about in if you so desire. And dark atmospheric chambers containing more rooms for you to explore. Including an alchemy lab for your personal use. For our house mod of the week this week, we have Pelagiad Home Abengold by Skill 8. This mod adds a lovely looking house across from the main road leading into Pelagiad. Inside is a beautifully detailed interior that's cozily decorated. But there's also a background story here that contains something of a mystery, particularly of what happened to the previous owner. From the journal entries scattered about, you can start to piece together the story, and once you solve the quest, you'll have this lovely abode for your own personal use. This week's gameplay mod of the week is SOT's Order of Ascadia by Sky Shadowwing. This mod adds an NPC to the halfway tavern in Pelagiad, with an offer to sell you a contract for a guild on Vardenfell. At first you'll find a rather unassuming structure as your first guild hall, with nothing much inside, other than a list of potential recruits on the table, and instructions on how to operate a guild. There's also a construction manager, who can start expanding your guild hall with various additions. After that, you'll have to start tracking down members, and at first they'll be rather hesitant. But after a while, they will reveal what they want, and if you build what they're looking for, they'll happily join you. As you can see here. And you can promote them to new ranks as well. Each room you add to your guild can be visited, like this alchemy room, and eventually it'll be populated by service NPCs. And you can even acquire a bar, serviced by vendor NPCs. Your guild hall will visibly expand as you add on to it, as you can see here. And when you're ready, you can even expand to more cities with new guild halls. Like this one in Aldrun. With each new guild hall, you can appoint a regional guild master, and they'll recruit more members as you make your guild one of the most powerful in Vardenfell. And you can also collect weekly profits from your guild halls as well. Next up is our Dungeons Mod of the Week, and this week we have the Old Unused Well of Pelesiad by J-Man of War. This mod starts out with a simple quest given by an old woman to investigate what happened to the well at Pelesiad. This leads you naturally to a dungeon, where you can explore the vast cavern system beneath Pelesiad. The dungeon itself is fairly large, and contains a number of scenic locales, as you can see here. Deep beneath all of these caverns lies a deadly mystery of what happened to the Pelesiad well. And it's up to you to uncover the truth. For our items mod of the week this week, we have Pelesiad Provisions by Crankgorilla. This mod adds a new store to the Pelesiad marketplace, including a god cat at the door. Inside is a rather large shop, containing a large array of items for sale. From new weapons and armor, to potions and various drinks. There's even a large number of NPC vendors, as you can see here. Upstairs is a common bar area, where you can find a few customers that are clearly having too much fun. As well as some that will sell you additional gear for a few coins. And there's also an additional NPC vendor, with a number of new items for sale. Here you can see just a few of the items for sale at Pelesiad Provisions. There's quite a lot of them, isn't there? This selection includes everything from shields to hourglasses. And even rocking chairs. This week's quest mod of the week is the less generic NPC project, Pelesiad, by the LG NPC team. This mod gives every NPC in Pelesiad a ton of unique dialogue, including backstories, personalities, and much more. This includes NPCs that offer some simple minigames, as well as in-depth stories about their lives, their neighbors, and the town they live in. This also includes some 20 new quests, such as working with a local trader. During these quests, you'll get to know the people of Pleasiad better than ever before, and learn more about them in one of the best quest mods available for the Pleasiad area. Next up is our Landmass Mod of the week, and this week we have Dulce Isle by Nick Iradox Johnson. Dulce Isle is a new and rather large landmass south of Vardenfell, including a number of new locations, such as Fort Rockridge here. You'll find a number of quaint and peaceful roads traversing the island. As well as pleasant little farming valleys. Such as this one here. And there's also fairly decent sized towns. Like this Hollowloo town here. There's a number of miscellaneous quests to discover as well, some of which have fairly long storylines. You'll even have the opportunity to help build a new town, which starts out as a rather small hamlet that you can see here, but gradually grows over time until it becomes a city in its own right. Now you can see where Dulce Isle is on the map. Right here. And it also includes a large array of new dungeons to explore. With a number of deadly encounters. And dark depths to plumb in search of loot. Dulce Isle has all of this and much more for you to experience. For our NPC Mod of the Week this week, we have NazarX9's Gods Complete by NazarX9. This mod adds new variety to the ranks of gods across Vardenfell. Now gods come in both male and female forms, and often feature bow quivers. There's also a variety of heads in use, so you won't be looking at the same god over and over again. This goes for other types of gods as well, such as Hollowloo gods, as you can see here, and Rotoran gods, for a truly complete, diverse set of gods across Vardenfell. You'll also find that more gods are now equipped with bows, for increased ranged attacks. And they'll switch to a variety of edged weapons when they run out of arrows, as you can see here. This week's new Meshes and Textures mod of the week is Imperial Housing Retextured by an old friend. This mod replaces all textures associated with Imperial colonial buildings on Vardenfell. This includes a number of buildings found in vanilla Morrowind, such as taverns, and the shops in Pleasiad, as you can see here. It also includes interiors, such as the wall textures here. And there's new textures for the Imperial Common tile set. As you can see here. Next up is our Modder's Resource Mod of the Week, and this week we have Pleasiad Renewed by Sorakanis. Now this is a bit different from our typical Modder's Resource Mod, in that it's actually a town expansion project that got marked as a resource by the mod author. As you can see, the exteriors of this town expansion are already complete. Including a rather cool cliff and bay expansion. In total, there's 16 new interiors, all of which already have interior layouts, but nothing else. Indeed, interior detailing and quest making is all that's really needed to finish this mod, should someone want to take the time to do so. There's even a grotto already partially designed, with connections to Fort Pleasiad. As you can see here. For our underrated mod of the week this week, we have a Mayan Lodge by Deathbliss. This mod adds a lovely looking home just outside of Pleasiad. And the house itself has a very unique interior design, including an open second level space, as you can see here. It comes with a rather quaint bedroom, and a fair amount of storage space. There's also a small alchemy lab, and a study for you to use. And there's tons and tons of display space available. Not to mention extra storage space should you need it. This week's Blast from the Past mod of the week is Tinian's Rare Items by the Conjurer and Tommy Kajit. This mod adds a new shop to the downtown area of Pleasiad. And inside is a rather small but well-stocked vendor, with new weapons and armors, many of which you can see donning the walls. And there are quite a few for sale. There's also a basement where you can see many of the goods for sale on display. Assuming you can get permission from the proprietor, that is. He is rather protective of his wares. Finally, for our bonus mod of the week this week, we have Ajaz's Extra Dimensional Shop by Ajaz the Demonic. This mod simply adds a shack near Pleasiad, except it's more than appearances would suggest, and you'll find a curious shop run by a Dremora, who sells things called Invasion and Defense Rings. These rings allow you to summon, with gems, allies to your aid, or alternatively, attackers to kill you. As you can see here, I have a Dremora ally. And an Alternator attacker. There's even a new dungeon added by this mod, though I can't really show much of it due to spoilers. Now with some rings you can even control what gets summoned, as you can see here. And with this you can create makeshift battles. Increasing them as much as you want. It can get a bit chaotic though. And indeed, you can get into quite the fight. That's it for this week. As always, you can find download links for each mod down in the description below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, do please leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you all next week with another 13 mods for your viewing pleasure.